So number 5 in my list of dirty words of politics is that word regulation. It's a word that a lot of conservatives would like to get rid of altogether, I think. But what is a regulation? It's a rule, okay? And to give you an analogy of why regulations are necessary in our society, have you ever been trick-or-treating? And have you ever gotten to that house that has the lights on, but there's no one home? And there's just a sign maybe that's up that says, take one piece of candy, and there's a bowl sitting there on the front stoop. What happens in that situation? The first 1% of kids that get to that bowl take all the candy, or maybe 10%, right? But by the time you get there with your child, everything's gone. Or maybe there's a pretzel bag there or something, but all the good candy's gone. If there's no one there watching the candy bowl, it's not enough just to have a sign up that says take one. Because if there's no one watching the candy bowl, all the candy gets taken. And if you're not lucky enough to be in that top 1% or top 10%, there's no candy left for you. So think about those candies as opportunities. Now, without regulations, less people in this country have opportunities. It's not to say that people shouldn't have to make the effort to make the most out of those opportunities. We're not saying the trick-or-treaters don't have to walk from house to house and put the footsteps in and put the effort in, okay? But you shouldn't have to be lucky enough to be next door, living next door to where the candy bowl is in order to be able to get a hold of an opportunity there, okay? And our society needs a certain number of regulations and somebody there to make sure that the regulations are being followed in order to have a functioning society, in order to have a community that works for everyone, not just the very few at the top. And getting rid of all these regulations is not a great idea if you want to live in a civilization, if you want to live in an ordered society. I mean, the word regulation in some form or another appears multiple times in the Constitution, so our founding fathers, once again, did not think the idea and the concept of regulation was such a bad thing. So let's stop demonizing it and start understanding that some structure is required and some watchdogging is required to make sure that there are opportunities and that this can be a land of opportunity for not just us, but our kids.